Other than that, let's move to the Devils. What do you got to say about the Devils first?
I was gonna ask you, like, what do you think about like their
Yeah.
team? Like, given like like given Siegenthaler, Vanacek, like former Capitals are like kind of running the show over there now. Well, not running the show, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean. They're doing their thing.
Impressive team, man. Impressive team. And I say it from the standpoint of them being a team, not necessarily individuals standing out above everyone else, but that team plays a system to a T. And I was honestly like kind of not jealous, but I was like, that's what the Leafs should be. This is the system the Leafs should be playing. The Devils are relentless. They're fast. They're intense. They play a full 60 minutes. They do a lot of the things that the Leafs don't. Good habits they've got there. Leafs scored to take the lead early, and Devils came right back. They scored like 30 seconds after. Team does not give up. Very impressive, and the numbers will tell you that too. They're top five in a lot of metrics, and I don't think it's by mistake. And you look at this team, they don't do it with physicality. They don't have a Wayne Simmons or a Kyle Clifford. That team is purely built on speed and a relentless forecheck. They roll their lines. Guys like Jesper Brad only play like 15 minutes sometimes, and it's because they can. And that defense, once again, it's an underrated defense with guys like Dougie Hamilton, Damon Severson, John Marino, Yoga Siegenthaler. Let's say Ryan Graves. I think like Brendan Smith. Like that's an unsung heroes group of defensemen there that get the job done. And Vanacek, I've been a fan of. I brought the idea to you that why don't the Leafs get him in the when the expansion draft occurred for Seattle? I was like, why didn't the Leafs make that deal? Caps are giving up Vanacek and they send him to Seattle at first, only for them to get him back. It was so stupid.
I agree.
And then only for them to
Lose
lose him
him.
again. Like, what a weird scenario there.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Vanacek he was good. He was good. The Devils. You look at I think it's Money Puck that has the deserve to win meter. Are you familiar with that thing,
Yes. Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Yeah, Leafs were not looking good on the deserve to win meter. It was like 73% for the Devils by the end of the game. And it didn't feel like that from the eye test, but you just did. Oh, you would always give the slight edge to the Devils. Just from looking at the game, you're like, one team does look better than the other. We were able to get to overtime, and we did the Leaf thing where we lose draw and our heads fall off. I stick to my opinion from the first time this happened. I forget which team it was against where this occurred.
It's
The
the Jets.
overtime thing. It might have been Pitt. No, I think it was Pittsburgh. I think it was Pittsburgh. Where like we had this play drawn up at the overtime face-off, only for it to blow up in our faces, and you can just tell we're overthinking it. And the Devils were not. They made it simple. They said we're a fast team. We're gonna do the fast thing where we skate around you, and they scared our captain John Tavares into giving up the puck because the pressure was on Tavares. He was at our blue line and he was surrounded. He panicked. He made a panic pass and ended up on the stick of Jack Hughes, who sauced it over to Sharangovich, that guy. Yeah. Sharangovich over there, and he buried it. Another underrated guy. I don't think he's having as good of a year as he did last year, but they've got hidden gems on that Devils team. And what are we at now? 12-game winning streak. They're impressive. And the Leafs play them again on Wednesday. I want revenge, man. The Leafs need to prove to themselves that they're not getting surpassed by these young guns over here.
They are deadly. They are good, and I see way too much of them for me to, be comfortable with her spot. I mean, they're leading the division 100%. Yeah, they're like
Oh yeah,
and
second in the NHL.
second in NHL. They're behind Vegas,
The
probably, right?
Bruins.
Bruins. Okay.
Bruins.
And if you think of it like that, it's like the East is so competitive. Our division's competitive. Oh my goodness, these guys came from not nowhere because everybody's been saying, "Oh, they're gonna break out. They're gonna break out," like year after year. But when they did, and it's scary because like man, they built that team up, and they're
That's the
not
team
done
that's
yet.
built through the draft.
Yeah,
They're not. That's. I was just about to say. I'll give you two names that three names of prospects, like high end prospects who are not on this team. You want to take a stab at who the three I'm going to hit you with are?
I know Hughes is one of them.
Luke Hughes is number 100%, and he'll be up as soon as this spring,
Yep,
right after his college season is over. There, he'll be with the Devils. Mark that in stone. There's two other guys.
I have no idea off the top of my head.
Your other guy is the guy they drafted this year, Simon Nemec, right? The
Oh
defenseman they
yes,
drafted, right-handed defenseman. So there's a pairing right there that you're going to add to this team in the next couple of years in Hughes and Nemec. And the other guy is a guy I love, and I really want him to succeed. I really like this guy. I love Alex Holtz. Alex Holtz got a bomb. That guy's got a shot and a half, and I really hope he succeeds. And the other reason I want him to succeed is so that we could have a line of Holtz, Hischier, Hughes, and what do you call that line, Brian? The
Holtz.
Triple H line.
Triple. Oh. And
Yeah.
well, I'm pretty sure the Devils like last line. They're like their six like the third pairing defenseman. Like the third pairing D are
Yeah.
Smith
Brian
and
and Ryan
Graves.
Graves.
Yeah, Smith and
Yeah.
Graves. Those are your two worst defensemen, and you're upgrading them.
Graves is good.
Yeah, like those are your two worst
Yeah.
defensemen, and you're upgrading them on top of that with those prospects coming up. Well, look
This
who's
is why people say that Severson could be traded. Maybe not this year, because I don't know if we expect Nemec to step in this year, but I think you know what, Severson might be a free agent, so maybe they do the deal anyways at the deadline. I think he's the odd man out.
I'd say so too. I'd say so too, honestly,
Yeah.
because you know Marino's untouchable, and Siegenthal's untouchable, and Dougie Hamilton, like you can't move that guy.
Yeah, you're not moving that contract, and I think ideally we haven't seen the best of Dougie Hamilton in New Jersey at least. So
But at the end of the day,
I
it's
would
Dougie
agree on
Hamilton.
that front there.
At the end of the day,
Yes.
it's Dougie Hamilton. I mean, he'll turn it up eventually. He'll figure his stride, especially with on his team. And
He'll give you 45 points plus a year at least.
yeah, and Jack Hughes make you drop your jaw any at all or no?
Man, you know what? He had a couple shots where so the comparison, like the mold of players, like we talked about earlier, like the Pavel Datsyuk mold of players. Well, the mold of Jack Hughes, he comes from the school of Patrick Kane, right? And there's a couple players who come from that school. Matt Barzal is another one. Mitch Marner is another one. And just comparing Marner to Hughes, there is a fluidity to Hughes's game that is not present in Marner's. Marner has a bit of it's a streak to him where he's not as upright and he has to put a bit more effort in to make his moves. It doesn't look as majestic as Hughes. Hughes, when that guy loads up for a wrister, it looks more powerful than Marner's. Marner's just the visuals don't persuade me in thinking the shot will go in. I look at Hughes' shot and I'm thinking, oh, that's labeled for the top corner. Same idea as Patrick Kane. These are both guys whose hallmarks is their playmaking and dynamic skill, but you trust that guy to put the puck in the net too. So that's what impressed me most about Hughes. Not that he didn't score, but his shot looks lethal. So that's
so underrated.
That's what I thought.
Like I genuinely believe he's like generational talent in the sense of like right up there with like McDavid, Draisaitl.
He's in the tier right below the true generational talents. Like he will have a generational season is what with like that's at his peak. He'll have like that year where he explodes, similar to like let's say Johnny Gaudreau's year last year. Like Hughes is due for one of those years, I think, in his career. Right?
Comparable for me, I think is McKinnon. To be honest,
in terms of like you think he's just going to kind of explode at some point.
Trajectory,
and...
like everybody's gonna everybody underlooked him for like because like there was a time where everybody's like, oh McKinnon, like whatever, he's not that great, right? But, like
yeah, I was looking at this today actually. Yeah,
but Hughes,
like,
man,
not
like give it like I don't know three more years. Oh my god, this guy is gonna make headlines, kind of like how McKinnon did, and his contract's like a bargain. Trust me, like it's that's the guy. And speaking of that, speaking of Hughes. I was actually working on one of my articles. It was, it's taking a lot of time because I've been working on a lot of World Cup stuff. But yeah, I was just gonna look at like the 2019 USNT DP program because that team like was known to be like the best US team, and it's kind of interesting to see how like everybody is doing now, right? Because we had 14 first round picks like from that team, so like almost half of the like the first round was from that team.
Yeah.
So.
Was that also that was the Zegras year, right? So
yeah.
Zegras is in that group. Turcotte is in that group.
Caulfield, Cam York,
Matt Boldy.
Yeah, that's another one, and Spencer Knight. That's the other one coming in my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was gonna work on that article. That's coming soon. I gotta finish the World Cup stuff first because I'm not looking too good. I'm making it. But
the World Cup is the World Cup. Yeah.
Yes,
things can be moved over for the World Cup. And, I'll touch briefly on the Sabres. Or you have anything to add on the Devils front?
Yeah. I'll say that hopefully we can be the team that ends the streak.
Yeah. When do you guys play them?
We play them on Saturday next week, so 6 days from now, I think. Yeah.
So sorry, Brian, we're gonna beat you to it because we're gonna end the streak on Wednesday. Okay, buddy.
Uh,
So but like we can collaborate and start the Devils losing streak,
that's a good
right?
idea. 12
12 game
losses.
losing streak. Yeah, yeah. Last thing, do you know what their record is off the top of your head without looking at it? Because I looked at it and I just said, "Holy smokes!"
The Devils?
In 18 games, what is their record?
15-2-1.
15-3-0. Like,
Oh my goodness.
just imagine. Here's the Devils logo. Here's their 15-3-0 record. Like the two do not compute to me, right?
Is
I haven't got used to that yet.
I wonder how Vanacek's doing in terms of like the analytics, save percentage, all that stuff, because I haven't looked into
I
it,
think
but
well.
oh my
I
goodness,
think he's
man.
doing well. Like on the fancy charts, the J Fresh charts, and like the goals saved versus or like whatever a GSVAA. Damn it, I don't even know what it stands for. I just know the term. That thing there, he looks pretty good on it.
Man,
He's usually like in the top 10 metrics on that. Your bottom five is usually like Demko.
Kemper.
Um, actually no, I think Kepper's been pretty good too.
I
Um,
can't complain, but oh, that was the gem I didn't want to lose.